First of all, I convey my best wishes and heartiest greetings on the occasion of India's 73rd Independence Day. As we all know, today is also the auspicious day of Raksha Bandhan. So I extend my best wishes to all the family members of NMDC, brothers and sisters, this occasion. As we know, after independence, India has achieved many socio-economic development works, and this Independence Day, which is celebrated religiously throughout the country on the 15th of August every year, reminds every Indian about the dawn of the new beginning. India's gaining of independence was a tryst with destiny, and the struggle for freedom was very long and tiresome one, witnessing the sacrifices of many freedom fighters who laid down their lives for achieving the same. Friends, as we know, since independence, PSEs have been acting as the backbone of Indian economy, particularly in the core sectors, heavy engineering technology sectors and capital intensive sectors. Further, PSEs have been in the forefront of philanthropy, and the PSUs have been acting as model employers for the country. The role and contribution of the public sector is well appreciated by one and all in ensuring a balanced economic and industrial development scenario, as well as to serve to the national priorities areas like Make in India, Digital India and Swachh Bharat. Likewise, NMDC has also been in the forefront of our country's progress since its inception. As you all know, that our company is always committed for both economic growth as well as social upliftment. NMDC is a forward-looking company aligning itself to the growth agenda of India and its people's aspirations. NMDC is one of the very few organizations which have overtly realized the linkage of a business organization with the well-being of the society. It is a matter of pride for all of us that several unique initiatives in the field of CSR have been undertaken right from the inception of the company, and as such, CSR is an integral part of the business model of NMDC. CSR has largely contributed in the field of education, health and infrastructure development, remote most areas of the country where our operations are being carried on. Company's CSR policy has been appreciated at various forums as a role model. Our sustainability strategy focuses on the areas that represent key challenges and opportunities, that is community development, employee welfare, scientific mining, safety of the employees and biodiversity conservation, energy efficiency, land reclamation and so on and so forth. The company has consciously aiming at surpassing various legal compliance requirements and also has ensured that the policies and procedures related to ethical business practices are implemented. On this occasion, I congratulate all the NMDC family members for the remarkable performance during 1819 despite various challenges and difficult circumstances. NMDC's production, although it has come down by almost 8% compared to last year, but we must not forget that from 3rd of November, the operations at Donimalai mine was suspended because of these extension issues and the levying of premium issues by the state government. But I must say that the performance of Vacheli, Kirandul and Kumaraswamy was quite remarkable, enabling NMDC to cross 30 million ton of production for the third consecutive year. I also appreciate the NMDC's performance in sales increased turnover and for achieving highest ever exploratory drilling during 1819. The efforts of NMDC team in achieving different milestones during the year, like 11 ml lease extension, setting up remote sensing lab, then getting the lease of deposit 13 and appointment of MDO, certain IT initiatives, and also for receiving various prestigious awards. All these achievements have been possible only because of constant and dedicated efforts of our team. On the commercial front, from a single product, single customer company, NMDC has grown to be a major Indian iron ore supplier in the national and international markets. NMDC's iron ore production in 1819 was around 32.44 million tons and sales of iron ore was 32.38 million tons. We could have achieved more had we got the Donimilai mines in operating stage. Friends, as you know, as per our vision plan, we intend to achieve the mining capacity of 67 million ton per annum to meet the country's demand for steel, which has already been envisaged in the National Steel Policy 2017. In this context, I must say the first quarter of 1920 has witnessed a spectacular growth both in physical and financial performance over CPLY. This has been the best Q1 financial performance over the last 5 years. Iron ore production in Q1 was 8.46 million ton against 6.87 million tons in 1819, registering a growth of almost 23%. Similarly, in sales front, we have achieved 6.87 million ton in Q1 of 1819 and 8.73 in 1920, and thereby having a growth of 27%. I must not go into the details of the individual projects performance, but one thing is sure that our workforce, our officers, they have responded to the situation and understanding the importance of increasing the productivity. They have responded well, and in all combinedly we have achieved 23% improvement in production over last year. Likewise, PBT and PAT for Q1 in 1920 is 1913 crore and 1179 crore respectively, which is almost 30% and 21% more than the respective Q1 of 1819, which was 1477 crore and 970 crore respectively. The sales turnover for the period Q1 of 1920 is 3264 crore, which is almost 35% higher than the corresponding figures of last year. In both Kirandul and Bacheli, production and sales in Q1 are highest since inception, and in Donimilai, production and sales in Q1 are higher vis-a-vis corresponding last year, and NMDC has excelled and created a new benchmark both in physical and financial performances in spite of various obstacles in Karnataka and other problems. I congratulate all the dedicated employees of the organization for their continued contribution in achieving spectacular performance in the first quarter of 1920. Friends, while saying so, I must say the current year is very crucial from various points, and we must act to address all those issues, and for which of course we are taking a lot of actions. Just to name a few, the most important is the lease extension of Veredela mines, that is deposit 14, 14 NMZ, deposit 5 and deposit 10. All these mines lease are valid up to March 2020, and for having a seamless production from our projects, the extension of these leases are very, very important. Similarly, the long pending issue of Donamalai mine is there. I must share that with the efforts of our team and also with our proper stand on the issue, High Court of Karnataka has given favorable judgment in favor of NMDC, and we are hopeful that in a few days from now we will be able to resume mining operations in Donamalai. Similarly, the lease deed execution of Kumaraswamy, although it is valid up to 2022, but the lease deed could not be executed, but with the efforts of our team, I am hopeful within a week or so we will be able to execute the lease deed of Kumaraswamy mine also. Similarly, extension of Panna mining lease, which is the only mechanized diamond mine of NMDC and also in India. There also up to June 2020 our mine lease is valid, and we are trying our best to resolve the issue with the help of the state government and with the help of the Supreme Court appointed monitoring committee members. I have already had discussions with the Secretary to Chief Minister for last 2 days, and we are going to hold a meeting with the government of Madhya Pradesh to resolve the issues. Similarly, one more area is Paluncha. We know that the existing operations of the sponge iron plant is not viable, it is not economic. So NMDC has taken a decision to have alternative business model, and I am sure with the help of our technical team we will be able to find out the best possible alternative solution to be implemented in Paluncha, and that also has to happen during this year itself. Another issue is for expansion. As I said, as per vision plan, we must increase our capacity as we have envisaged, that is up to 67 million ton per annum. But there is a gap. With the brownfield operations, it will not be possible, and our union Honorable Steel Minister, they are very, very eager to have the presence of NMDC in the state of Jharkhand, and if everything goes on well, maybe within 2 weeks time, some good news will be there with NMDC, and we are hopeful that we will get some mine in Jharkhand. Same, we are making efforts in state of Odisha also, and the support of Ministry of Steel is there with us, and the support of all the workforce, all the officers, all the directors is there with NMDC, and with this I am hopeful that we will have our footprints in Jharkhand and in the state of Odisha also. Friends, as you know, 20 is going to be a very crucial time, mainly because many mining leases in iron ore are going to expire in March 2020, and it is estimated that around 53 to 55 million ton of iron ore supply will be discontinued because of the expiry of the mining leases in Odisha alone. I share with you all that the government expects, particularly Ministry of Steel expects from us, from NMDC, that NMDC should be able to meet out some percentage of this shortfall, and we have given, after discussing with so many departments and projects, we will be able to make up 8 to 9 million tons of this shortfall. That means next year we will be trying to ramp up our production up to the level of 44 to 45 million tons, and this is not an easy task, for which every officer, every workman, all the employees All the departments have to work in tandem, and I am hopeful that with the previous historical growth and with the previous records that NMDC has set, this target is not going to be a difficult target, and we will be able to meet the requirements as expected from us. Other than this, there are other issues, other expansion projects like slurry pipeline project, doubling of KK line project, and also individual projects expansion like screening plant in Kirandul, then additional line in Bacheli, and also ramping up production from the downhill conveyor system of both the projects. All these projects also need to progress because of the high expectation, high demand that is going to be there in future. As you go ahead, not only this year, the coming years also will be posing other challenges before us, and we must strengthen ourselves, we must equip ourselves, we must plan the things out to address all those issues and to cope up with the situation and to meet the requirements. The most important project which NMDC has undertaken, that is Nagarnar steel plant. The Nagarnar steel plant, as we all know, that due to some or other reason there has been delays, but recently with the help of all the directors, we had a meeting in Nagarnar itself to assess the various packages, major packages, and I am not going to share the date of commissioning, but I'll certainly share that in the most likely in the first half of 2020 we will be able to draw the molten steel from the blast furnace of Nagarnar steel plant, and towards this whatever efforts are required we have already checked out, we have already worked out, and I am hopeful, I am very much hopeful that we will be able to roll our Nagarnar steel plant into operation in the first half of 2020. So friends, today on this great occasion, let us resolve to look within ourselves, make a solemn affirmation to ourselves that we shall all be responsible in taking this organization forward and work efficiently to take it to newer heights. This will be our biggest contribution to the cause of nation building. Once again, my best wishes to all the employees of NMDC and their families on this great occasion. Jai Hind, Jai NMDC. Thank you.